What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I am Magicide, and welcome to my brand new campaign here playing Deus Ex Human Revolution. Now, as you can tell, we are playing the director's cut and not the original version, and the differences between the two games are pretty stark in contrast to some extent, as in the original game, the boss battles were outsourced to a third-party company, and if you were spec'd to basically be a stealth build and you had to go and fight the bosses, it became a little jarring, and a lot of people complained about it. I personally didn't have a problem with it, but I understood, a lot of the criticisms of it. And there was this standalone DLC package called the Missing Link that was kind of like its own thing, even though it was technically part of the story that was added later on that you could do it. It's kind of like Half-Life 2's Lost Coast. And the director's cut actually added it back in, and that's like a good 15 or 20 hours of like this little sub-campaign, but we'll get to that way later on in the game. And I do have to say that I have spoken about this in previous Let's Play campaigns and the games that I've covered on this channel and before about some of my top 10 games of all time. And I have to say that the Deus Ex franchise, all of the games as a whole, are in my top 5 games of all time. I absolutely love Deus Ex. I loved the original game. As a matter of fact, I didn't even play it on PC. I played it for the PS2 back in like 2002. Loved it. Absolutely loved the game. And I'm really happy to actually jump into the director's cut because I barely touched it. I think I've gotten to the point where you're just about to leave Detroit in the beginning, and then I don't know what ended up happening. I just put it down. And I do have to say that this game is near and dear to my heart because the original version of it released in August of 2011, and there was a lot of things going on in my personal life at the time, and the composer of the score, Michael McCann, is a goddamn audio wizard. That man is, he's something special, man. If you've ever played XCOM, Enemy Unknown, Enemy Within, he also did the soundtrack to that, and I know he's done a soundtrack to a few other game titles, but there is something very special to me about this, about Human Revolution's soundtrack, because, like I said, it was just, I bought the collector's edition, and I had the soundtrack right away, and I was just listening to it constantly, so it was just constantly in my head. It was like a soundtrack to my life, this like little tableau. But I'm sure we'll speak at lengths about that throughout the campaign. We are playing with build 2.0.0.0. We'll just call it build 2.0. How about that? Now, this campaign is going to be predicated on 2 things here. First of all, that I'm going to be trying to go for a complete stealth campaign, okay? So, which means that we're not going to be able to kill a single soul. There's going to be plenty of options for us to, take out enemies and stuff without actually killing them. And you get an achievement at the end if you actually manage to complete an entire campaign without killing anybody. And I'm going to actually try doing it. It's really difficult. The second predication is, as you can tell by my fabulous and quality thumbnail, is that, well, we're going to be playing with some cyberpunk beer and hose, baby. That's right. We're going to be cracking some brewskis, and we're going to be playing some video games. The reason why I say our campaign is predicated upon this is because I don't know if it's necessarily hampering our character, but we're going to always have to have some kind of alcohol in our inventory, whether it be wine, booze, beer, or whatever. Our guy's a goddamn drunk, and we're going to roleplay it. So let's start a brand new campaign here. I think we're going to do Give Me a Challenge. I think personally, if it were just me playing this game, I would do the hardest difficulty, Give Me Deus Ex, if you're going to do a stealth campaign, because, it just kind of goes hand in hand. I don't know if like detection radii and whether or not like how successful you are to actually stealth is affected by the difficulty or not. I'm not sure, but I think we're just going to go with Give Me a Challenge. I think that we'll just keep it. I want to have fun here. I want to really enjoy this, and I've been really looking forward to playing this game.
Is everything in place?
Almost.
What do you mean, almost?
I have spoken with Montreal. The broadcast satellites are ours when we need them. A few weeks of discomfort, and the public will be primed for our recall.
And the clinics?
We control their purse strings. They will do as we say.
I still think we should wait for the referendum.
We can't afford to wait. America's Science Board convenes next month. But the mood among the delegates is shifting. I'm positive that given more time...
No. By going public with this discovery, Sarif is forcing our hand.
The world will not change overnight just because David Sarif wills it. Besides, we can do nothing until our biochip is ready.
I thought you said you were close.
Finding the correct nerve interface has proven more challenging than anticipated. Fortunately, thanks to David, I now know where to look.
And in Washington tonight, crowds continue to gather in front of the Capitol. Most are demanding that Congress severely restrict efforts to alter the human body's abilities. This in response to claims made by biotechnology expert David Sarif that his firm may have discovered a way to make human-controlled evolution available to all. Sarif Industries researchers are set to arrive in Washington tomorrow to defend their claim. But for tonight, this is Eliza Kassan reporting to you live.
With all due respect, Major, I'll expect 2 security details waiting for us on the tarmac. No, we won't be going through the terminal. It's too exposed. Yes. I'm glad you understand. Good night, idiot.
Something wrong?
No, not for me, it isn't. But you keep pulling on that necklace, Dr. Reed, and you're gonna break it. Come on, Meg. You've defended your research before.
That was different. Then it was all just theories. But this discovery, Adam, it's big. Kepler big. Rosetta Stone big.
So, what's the problem?
They'll want to know how I found it.
Megan, we're leaving for DC and... Adam, you're there. Good, good.
You need something, boss?
Yeah, I want to go over your security plans for Washington before we leave. You and your team ready to go, Megan?
Almost, David. We're just rechecking data.
Well, make it snappy. We have to actually be in Washington before you can dazzle all those federally appointed know-it-alls.
I hate it when he does that. Come on, I'll walk you part way.
And here we go. We actually finally get to play a little bit here. So there's an achievement here at the very beginning of the game. You have to interact with. There are 6 items here that you got to interact with. The first of which, if we come over here, I've already got the achievement. I'm just showing you guys. The first of which is this ebook here.
Patient X.
That's nothing, Adam. Just some of the research. Look, we really have to go.
So I'm not going to actually read it to you guys. If you guys want to read it, you guys can actually pause and read it yourselves. But that's the first item. The second item is a book over here on the desk, which I swear to God, in the original version, was the actual first edition of Grey's Anatomy. But I guess I'm just flat out wrong.
Be careful with that. It's a first edition.
The next thing is a little toy car here. You can tell if you get the little prompt here. If you turned on the prompts that is.
You still have this.
It was a gift from our first date.
It was a spur-of-the-moment purchase. A joke.
Well, it worked, because I forgave you for picking me up in one of those.
Okay, so then the fourth item is going to be this
Are you coming?
electronic newspaper here. If you just use your mouse wheel to scroll through it, you can actually take a look at what's all being said. And the different news stories here will change over the course of the game, based upon what we've been doing, based upon our actions. And then the next item, the fifth item, is going to be this picture frame here.
Wow. How long ago was this taken?
In grad school. Before I met you.
Back when you were hobnobbing with the rich and famous, I see. I wonder if Mr. Darrow remembers you.
God, I hope not.
And the sixth item is going to be her computer, which includes all of her emails.
You really should get in the habit of locking your computer, Meg.
I know. Frank gets on me about it too.
So I'll just quickly scroll through them in case anybody here wants to actually read them. There is some really good flavor.
Stop reading my emails.
Flavor text and a little bit of lore here.
Women were the ones who kept men waiting.
So if the computer is the last item that you actually end up activating, you get the achievement just by activating the computer itself. But those are the 6 items that you need. It's the old school gamer achievement. So we get a little bit more of the tutorial section that we don't control here, and then we'll get into the rest of the game in just a moment.
Warning. This lab is for authorized personnel only.
What did you mean back there, Meg? About how you found it?
Nothing. It's just my nerves talking.
There's something I should know. About this place, about Sarif.
Megan,
Hold on.
we're still getting biochemical fluctuations across the artificial flow cells.
Okay. But the increased neural peptides coming from the PDOT cluster could be throwing off your calibrations.
Right. I'll double check that.
I can't believe you were asking about David. You've been here long enough to know... Eric! You wouldn't be avoiding me, would you?
I wouldn't dream of it, Dr. Reed. I think I know why Declan's readings are off.
Too many peptides?
I'm thinking the glial tissue breakdown we noticed after splicing in the repressive protein might be the cause. If we had a better cytometer...
We might get a more accurate reading that confirms your theory. I'll ask David to consider it.
Well, if he orders one from Page Industries, maybe they'll throw in another cappuccino maker.
You overthink everything, Adam. The work we're doing is good. We're helping people overcome their physical limitations.
Yeah, except most of our clients seem to be DOD.
You're doing
It's
good.
not all
Just another hour to go.
We work with teachers, doctors, construction workers.
Damn it! Watch it, Eddie. Those boxes are worth more than your salary.
Sorry.
Nia, you almost ready?
For Washington? Huh.
Ah, Dr. Reed. This is General O'Neill.
Dr. Sevchenko was telling me you've made progress on the Typhoon.
Yes, thanks to Vasily, actually.
As I was saying, sir, the Typhoon uses a modified combat chassis like the one I'm wearing. But I've improved its design using shaped microcharges to propel the steel balls.
And the backblast problem?
Solved through kinetic bleeders in the augment. Here, watch. Go ahead.
Impressive. How soon till it's ready?
I'm afraid I have to run, but Vasily has all the details, General.
Of course.
We still have some work to do to improve the Typhoon.
You're right. The teacher would just love having one of those things.
You're missing the point. Defense contracts keep us afloat, but neural augmentations that make you think faster, react quicker, they can really improve a life. Everybody's lives. David's talked about it for years.
Yeah, he is a talker.
He's a good man. Admit it, Adam. A part of you likes him.
I like everyone, Dr. Reed.
Yeah, right.
How far are you going?
Diane's office. I forgot to leave her a key so she can walk Kubrick. He's gotten big, you know. Keeps knocking over all my plants.
Did you destroy that vase yet?
I moved it. And I fenced in the yard. Like you always said you were going to.
Yeah, never got around to that. Sorry.
Me too. About a lot of things. Adam, there's something
Good evening.
Pritchard.
So, are we all ready for the trip?
There's Farida. I'd better hurry. See you at the helipad, Adam.
Sure.
Did I interrupt something, Jensen?
You fixed that firewall yet?
You don't fix an entire firewall. You find the loophole and plug it.
Then did you plug it?
Yes, I did. Want to know how? Oh, wait, I forgot. Ex-cop. I doubt you'd understand.
Ex-SWAT, and you'd be surprised. Sarif has to see you too.
Athena. She wants me to show her how to track our scientist-implanted locator devices. In case your security plans in Washington don't measure up.
They will.
Gentlemen, how wonderful to see you both. Go right in, Adam. He's waiting.
This is the newest and encrypted GPL trackers, Athena. It transmits data to our dedicated satellites every 10 feet.
I don't care what it takes. I want you, Darrow, in Washington, by my side.
The man doesn't jump for anyone. He's a Nobel Prize winner.
Senators love this guy, Lyle. The hearings will go much smoother with him there. Big day for us tomorrow. Everything in place?
Yes, sir. Capitol Police will escort us to the Hill, and then Federal Protection Services takes over.
Good, good. How's our girl holding up?
She's nervous.
All she has to do is show him her research. She explained it to you?
Not really into the whole science thing, boss.
It's incredible. All those purists out there accusing us of tampering with the natural order, when all Megan's done is figure out how to unlock the potential that exists within our own DNA. It's safer and easier than anything you, Darrow, ever did.
Environmental malfunction. Laboratory subsection 6. All lab chiefs, please report in.
We better not take any chances. Not tonight. Use my elevator to get down there. You know the code?
Yeah, 0451.
Let me know what you find. Athena, get someone to shut off the damn racket.
Yes, sir.
And of course, Seraph is a baseball fan, just like myself. Although I don't know how the Detroit Tigers fare in the future. Be interesting to see that. And here we go. This is the beginning portion, the whole beginning tutorial actual area.
Implant shows her moving through the microchem labs. I think she's running.
Damn it. Must have been a serious equipment failure. Can you get eyes on her?
I'm trying, but the intellicams aren't responding. There's interference coming from somewhere. Find out what's happening, Judson. Hurry!
Pritchard? Pritchard!
Okay, so we're not going to do the whole tutorials. We're not going to worry about any of that stuff. And we are playing stealth, or what do you call that? The we're going to be playing a pacifist. That's what I mean to say. The stealth pacifist route. So we're not going to kill anybody. So we're going to holster our weapon. We don't have access to any of our good stuff yet, like, say, our inventory or some of the other basic functionality, so I can't actually drop the gun. But you should never drop the gun. You can sell it later on. There are some vendors and stuff that you can sell the weapons to, so you always want to keep them in your inventory, just never in your little quick tab or anything. So you don't want to kill any of the guys that are here, because they do count if you are going to go for a pacifist run. Unfortunately, we don't have access to the takedown feature, so we're just going to end up having to sneak by everybody, hopefully. And this big bloke over here, we're going to end up fighting him later on. Man, I really wish I had one of these Deus Ex arms when you're like stuck in traffic because you get that one dildo that wants to do like 15 underneath the speed limit. You just whip out your gun arm and blast him all the time. I'm naturally misanthropic, ladies and gentlemen. You know, the only thing that kills things for me, you know, like kills my mood, are the fucking people. So I find it personally insulting when the video game industry likes to insinuate that the the single player games and single player campaigns are dead. Not for us like Forever Alone types out there. Alright, so we're gonna get up to this point now. When you get to this, the combat tutorial thing, if you see the little icon there at the top middle portion of the screen, that means it's auto-saved, but we're gonna actually hard save our game here. We will create a new save. You do get additional experience points if you make it through some of these areas without actually being spotted. So that's what we're going to hope to do. You want to try to maximize as much experience as you possibly can. So we got two guys that are up here, and they're going to quickly be coming down. So we're going to be moving past them really fast once they actually get down here. Okay, we're just waiting on this guy to move. Just like so. Didn't even see me. Never knew what hit him. Pretty much just run through this next area. Okay, so we got this next section that's coming up here. They can see you through the glass, FYI, so you gotta be really careful. Now, personally, what I like to do is you could just pretty much just go straight forward like this, right?
Someone hiding over there?
And then just get up to this box here.
Anyone is hiding here, you better come out.
Just make sure you're paying attention to the one guy. Want to make sure that he moves away. Okay, so now we got the autosave. I think we're gonna hard save after that. personally, I think it's really important to actually make sure that you successfully stealth through this like beginning tutorial section so you can actually maximize the amount of experience you get. I'm pretty sure you get experience from this, from the last time I played this. Okay, so we got another boss mang. This lady up here. Yeah, we're gonna be fighting her much later on. Okay, this next section is kind of a son of a bitch. Best thing to do is just to jump straight down. Come right over here. So I would recommend just getting yourself like right over here and just staying put. Okay, so this guy that you see in front of you, he's gonna go up and then he's gonna come back around. So that's why you don't want to rush it. Definitely want to holster a gun. Use your cover. Just pay attention. Just pay attention to where these guys are facing. We don't have access to our mini-map yet. They didn't see me, they didn't see me, they didn't see me. Yeah. Oh yeah. Cutscene!
Shows the bullet caused severe hematoma. We need to repair that artery.
My God, how thick was the glass?
Come on, Adam. Stay with us.
Insertion of ERCC-1 graph.
Steady. He doesn't need that. Where's that cyber arm prosthesis?
I love you.
Haven't you lost enough people today?
Sorry.
We're seconds away.
His body can take it.
Miraculous.
I think we got him, Doctor.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It's the very beginning of the game.
You in the building?
Just entered the lobby.
Sorry to put you out of sick leave so soon, but we've got a situation. A break-in at our Milwaukee Junction factory. Meet me at the helipad.
Milwaukee! I have to see Pritchard first. Something's wrong with my retinal enhancement.
Frank's on the second floor in the tech lab. Make it quick. People's lives are at stake.
So there is another achievement here if you go and rush through and get into a certain kind of vent and everything, but we're not going to worry about that because I already got it. But we are going to actually hard save our game, and this is where I'm going to cut off the very first episode of our brand new series. I know it kind of sucks because we didn't really actually play it much, and there's just a whole lot of like beginning cinematic sequences and whatever, but it's enough to, I think, for a good first episode. And then when we continue, we'll actually try to run through the Seraph Industries tower and actually get onto the streets of Detroit so we can start talking to some hoes and drink our cyberpunk beer. And maybe we actually live stream. I'm feeling a hell of a lot better. I've been healing up miraculously quickly. So, you know what? Maybe you guys can join me. You know, crack a couple cold ones, drink the cyberpunk brewskis with me. But otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next episode. So take care and have a good one.